my veins, I've been driving this train. Years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say,
hey there, hey, how you doing? What's going on with you, Alex? Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year, yay!
Happy New Year, happy 2023. May old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind.
Oh, Lord.
You didn't think I could hit that note, did you? You didn't think I could hit it?
No, I'm still not sure you can hit it. Hey, Shalana, how you doing? How you doing? The Talk with Shalana people. Now, I know, Shalana, I know it's actually Lana. And, okay, I can't think of the other young lady's name. I get you two combined together in my mind, but I know you're two separate people. I love your channel. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here as a content creator. I hope that this will be the year that we'll be collaborating. Alex, are you familiar with the Talk with Shalana channel?
I am not. And I should get familiar with her as soon as possible, and she should get familiar with magnetic repellent.
That's right. That's right. Because you've got your own channel. But Shalana is actually a combination of two creators, two lady creators. One's Lana, and I don't know. I don't know. It's an S, and it goes with the Lana. But they're two women, though. They're actually two ladies, yeah. So it's two of them. Okay.
Wow. They're a duo.
Just like us. Like we're a duo.
Yeah, Batman and Robin. I'm Batman. I'm
Catwoman, okay? Just so you know. Another great. We got a lot of content creators in the house, guys. Thanks for joining us. This, is a big deal. We're a little bit delayed. Alex pointed out, hey, it says at the top of your screen, December 4th. I said, yeah, well, close enough. Like a month later. Yeah. we've been dealing with all kinds of things with the holidays, with the family, with coughs and all kinds of things. Hey, and there's Kimberly Reviews. You know her.
Oh yeah, very well. Hey, Kimberly.
Hey, Kimberly.
The chat's starting to get lit up. I see a lot of people in the house.
Yeah, and then
a lot of people in the house. What's that?
Do you remember?
JB says what?
Yeah, do you remember JB's he was a co-host with us a couple times during the last year. Yep. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yep, sure do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the old faithful Jay Watley.
Oh yeah, let's go to him. Hey Joshua. Hey there, Jay Wiley. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you. And thanks for being a part of our success. Jay Wiley is our moderator extraordinaire, one of our moderators extraordinaire. We love him very much. Joshua is a new friend I've made here on YouTube. Hey, Joshua. He's also got a great channel. You guys go check him out on Joshua Gabriel. How you say this? Say this for me. Say this for me, the name.
Gabriel or Gabriel?
Gabriel, yes. Gabriel. You're right. Joshua Gabriel. I could not get that out for me. And, we were just speaking to you. The beautiful, talented content creator and just graphics extraordinaire. In fact, she actually did our logo. She actually did this thumbnail. And it's my fault that the date kept changing. So Kia, next time we do one, we're just gonna leave the date off of it. Love you so
and you gotta add author now to Kia's resume. Okay?
Oh yes, that came first. I think actually she was an author even before a content creator. I mean, I don't know, they were all happening simultaneously. Kia and I go way back in real life, right? Yeah. She's also
I think she released a new
Detroit
book.
girl. Huh?
Yeah, I think she just released a new book.
A second book. Okay, all right. Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see, Kia, you are not keeping me in the loop. I gotta find you. Let me find out, okay? Just let me find out you had a book signing and didn't have me there, okay? Ah,
Oh man, this
Joshua
is
says
great.
he's a
He's
joke.
the
He's a joker. He's a
he's the
joker.
Joker, huh?
Okay.
I'm
Because
because
you
I'm
talk about
Batman. You're
Batman.
Catwoman. He's the Joker.
Um, he's a joker, right? That's what I was gonna say. Hey there, yeah, thank you so much. Okay, so tell me, which one are you? Are you Lana? Are you the other young lady? What's your name? What are the two names? Help me out, Shalana. Help me out. Yes, yes, yes. Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh
somebody
yeah,
please help her.
and shush up. Kia Kia says, yeah, I'm working on new content. Absolutely, absolutely. Kia, guys, and if you're on YouTube or you just doing some graphics, definitely hit her up on Instagram, because she will hook you up with the graphics. She is so awesome. And Kia, we're gonna lock you in. You got to come co-host one of these shows with us. Ready to Love and Marriage DC. Come on now, we got a lot of new stuff coming out this month. We need you over here.
And Kia says no new book yet. I thought there was one, but I stand corrected. No new book yet, she says.
Yeah. Because she did a book. Well, it's not been out that long. Like right before we went into C19 mode, right? She did one
Mm-hmm.
right before we went into C19, and she's been promoting it ever since.
Okay.
Okay, I thought so. I thought it was Lana. Okay, she's laughing at me. Yes, because I'm over there all the time. I don't know if you guys. I leave comments. I'm always liking your videos, so we gotta support one another. But you guys do wonderful work, and we're in that same genre of the recaps, the reviews. You guys are getting into the hot topics. Alex says he wants to get into more hot topics with me. So I said, I don't know, Alex, that's a whole nother thing. I think we're just co-hosting the show. So I don't know what he means, guys. Tell me. I don't know what Alex is talking about. He wants to get into more hot topics with me. You didn't say hot chocolate. You said hot topics. What did you say,
No, no
Alex?
hot chocolate, hot topics.
Or is it hot toddy? Because we know you love a good hot toddy too.
Y'all, I love them hot toddies. Oh man, they work miracles.
They do because that was one of the things in December. So the month of December, I really kind of had to keep rescheduling things because, for one, my throat was just on fire, and Alex finally taught me the blessings of a hot toddy. Oh, so Lana says, okay, yeah, she's taking over the channel and she's rebranding. Okay, well, have me on,
There
and
you go.
I'm definitely looking forward to you doing more stuff because I remember you from before. And hey, we go through that because I'm also looking at some things new that I want to do. We're planning to do this year on this channel in terms of branding and that type of thing. So I definitely get it. I get it. There's Kia again. What's Kia
And
saying?
LOL, I got y'all.
She got
And I
us.
want,
Yeah.
and,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
and I want to take a moment to do a shameless plug because a lot of people I'm seeing now may not be familiar with me, but please go over to my channel,
Oh yeah.
Magnetic Repellent, and subscribe to that channel. I got some good stuff over there.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and I guess our girls, I guess they've taken off the holiday. Let me type it in here. Okay. It looks like Monique and Ellen are on vacay, or they're somewhere else in the
Monique King and Ellen V, they might still be hungover.
gosh. Don't be talking about our moderators extraordinaire. But I'm gonna try to get this up here. And yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting
Yeah,
up
they probably was lit New Year's Day. They
Mm-hmm,
probably was lit
mm-hmm.
New Year's Day.
Yeah, but
Oh
tell them
man.
why instead of talking about that, tell them about what your channel is.
Yeah,
Tell them about
Magnetic Repellent is a channel. It's provocative content for critical thinkers. So I tend to tackle a lot of different issues that may not be popular. I'm not a politically correct person, but I'm
not
very
at all.
honest in what I say.
Not even close.
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's just not me. So, but I love feedback to the videos. I cover a lot of different things. I haven't gotten into lives yet. That is something I plan on doing this year. So all my videos are pre-recorded, a lot of shorts, things of that nature. So go over there and support and scroll. I'm pretty sure you'll find something interesting and listen and leave comments and likes on that.
Right. I was just thinking, you know what? Well, you know who we're missing here? We can't have. I've got to text Roro and let her know that we're on live because she will be upset if she finds out she missed the live.
And I see Jeremy up in the house peeking in.
What?
Yeah,
Okay.
Jeremy just peeked in here.
Oh, nice, nice. Where's Jeremy's? Oh, and I see another one of our channel supporters also is Kirby. I don't see Jeremy. Let me see. I'm trying to do too many things. I'm trying to tell. Oh, there, hey, yeah, I see him now. Hey, Jeremy, love you too. And definitely go over and support Jeremy at Jeremy Speaks TV. He is rocking and rolling over there. Jeremy, uh, hey, you, I just love you. I just love everything you're doing over
Yeah.
there. He has really gotten into trending hot topics and these court cases. I'm not sure if in another life Jeremy may be a court reporter.
He might. It's a lot of money in
Right.
that.
There is.
Yeah.
You wanna get started because we said what we were gonna do. We had a different idea today since initially we were gonna have special guests on. Jeremy, if you want to come up, let me know and I'll drop the link for you. But in the meantime, what we decided to do, because we didn't get a chance to do it anyway, and we know you guys are concerned and interested and want to know, what did we learn in 2022? So you wanna get the ball rolling while I'm doing this, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to say, what's up, Kirby? I see Kirby in the house.
Kirby in the house.
Yeah. What did we learn in 2022 from the shows that we
From
covered?
right.
And we covered Put a Ring on It. We covered, Love and Marriage DC. We covered the Bell Collective, and of course we covered Ready to Love. So I'm going to start with the Bell Collective. And from the Bell Collective, of course, you have Marie, who has her son living with her. He has like 3 children by 3 baby mamas and so forth. And her mother has been abusing drugs Marie's entire life, and Marie is 40 plus at this point, I believe. So,
Yeah.
what I learned from that situation is, because it hit very close to home, watching Marie go through that, looking for her mother in the street, trying to make sure her mom is clean and trying to make sure her mom is alive and safe, and her mother disappearing and going on binges. And what I find is that no matter how much you love somebody, and no matter how much they may love you, they love that drug more. And it's always been that way. I don't care if it's a child, a spouse, a sibling. They're gonna love that drug first, you know. And
Well,
at
yeah,
this
because
point,
not to
yeah,
cut you off, but I just wanted to
mm,
kind of throw in there too, because the drug or whatever the addiction is, whether it's gambling, whether it's pornography, that thing has taken over that person, and we got to understand that. Oh, look who else is in the house. But go ahead, go ahead.
oh, Sonia G. Hey,
Hey,
Sonia. Yeah, because when that drug, that narcotic has a grip on someone, once they get into their body, and her mother got to be in her 60s at this point, so she's been doing it for a long, long time, So I'm not saying give up on people. We should never give up on people as human beings. But I'm saying at this particular point, sadly, that might be the thing to take her out of here. If she don't get some kind of help, and I just don't see it. Marie see it, that's her child. I don't see it. And I want folks out there to understand, if they're going through this with a relative or a loved one, they have to understand that that person has to get sick and tired of being sick and tired, and hit a low so low where they either say to themselves, I'm changing, or they're going to check out of here. That's it. And it's sad to see. So my heart really goes out to Marie for that.
yeah, that I can't imagine that. I've never lived that myself personally. I do know people who have very strong addictions. Um, but yeah, that was the saddest thing. Was can you talk a little bit about, because I'm still kind of trying to do a couple of
Mm-hmm.
things here. Can you talk a little bit about the for our viewers, those that did see and maybe didn't see, to remind them how when Marie went searching for her mother, what happened? Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, she went. Yeah, she went in the street. Her mother had disappeared again on a binge. She hadn't heard from her mom. Her mom had promised she would get help, as they all do. Oh, I'm gonna get help. I'm gonna change. You probably heard that a million times. Marie probably has over the years. And her mom disappeared, so she had to hit. She had to take to the streets, and she took Letitia with her. And there was someone else in the car with them as well. I can't remember who it was, but I know Letitia was with her. And they're driving around the city in these hood areas, less
Right.
desirable area, in these less desirable areas, looking for her mom.
Yeah, they were pretty
and
rough.
pretty rough. And she finally found her mom coming out of some, crack house or whatever the case was. And her mom come out, trying to kiss her. And I'm not kissing nobody coming out of a crack house. I'm just, I'm not going to say on the air, but let's just say I'm not kissing nobody coming out of a crack house.
Okay, I think I
Um,
get the gist of it.
so, but her mother came out looking for money, asking for money, and it's like, why would I give you money to further go and get high with? I'm not doing that. And the thing is, she did not leave with Marie. She turned around and went right back in the crack house and let Marie drive off with Letitia in the car. And I wish I could remember the other person. I think it might have been who's the young lady that does the hair from the show? What was her name again? Is it
Oh,
Latrice?
yeah.
The one who's married to Zaddy.
Yeah. Latrice. Yep.
No, oh no, you know who was in the car? It wasn't Latrice.
No, what?
It
She
was
wasn't in the
Marie.
car, but I was
It, it,
just
it,
okay.
yeah, it was Marie's road dog. What's Marie's road dog name? The one that
Oh,
was
oh,
getting
oh,
in.
oh, oh, with the short hair.
Yeah,
And the one we're
yeah,
not sure what's really going on with them. I can't
yeah.
think of her name, but yeah,
Right.
guys, help us out if you know. If drop it down in the chat if you know who we're talking about with the
Yeah.
short, very stylish, low cut, and she's also the co-owner with the at the methadone clinic too.
Right. Right.
Right,
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
right,
So it was three of them in the car. It was Marie, her road dog, and Latrice Pearson was in the car.
right,
Yeah, looking for her mom. So and the other thing too I want to get into, speaking of Latrice, is her situation with Glenn. And I don't know if you had any comments on Marie and her mom, but I want to kind of go into.
transition on because no, I
Yeah.
don't. I honestly don't.
Mhm.
Yeah, that situation seemed to really um uh touch you. It definitely touched me, but I didn't have a lot. I don't have anything to say on that one, but I do have something for Bell Collector. So continue
Okay.
on. Okay.
Yeah. Latrice and Glenn situation, and she she was just hurt the whole season behind their marriage, their situation. There was a child in question. She didn't know if it was his or not, and he pretended as though he didn't know whether or not it was his. Turns out it wasn't his, but all these years you didn't have a test before then. What were you waiting for? You know, but what she's putting herself through in the name of love, I mean, sometimes you feel like maybe she's just a glutton for punishment, you know. And I reached out to her to come on the show and speak to us, and her representative said that she would, but she never did. I'm not sure if she felt like we would attack her. That's not what we do here. But we will ask, the questions necessary, for the viewers to get, what they need. So,
Right.
but I just think somebody like Glenn, I don't think he's a bad guy. I just think he is who he is. I just think he is who
Right.
he is. Um, he's gonna do whatever you allow him to get away with, and it's the typical thing. I'm going to cheat for a while. I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna be a good guy, until they're in love again, and I'm gonna go back out and cheat again. You live in that cycle. It's hard to break it. That's almost like an addiction for Latrice to keep accepting that over and over. That's like an addiction. She want her family at all costs. At
Right.
the cost of her self-esteem, her value, all that. She wants this family. She wants this life, but she's not getting the cooperation she need or even deserve.
Right. I think that I think that you know what I just feel like in the situation with those two because just the other day I was on Instagram and I think I sent it to you that they're back together again, which I'm not surprised by. So yeah, my first note was this. This is one of the things that the show's taught me, and that's the show Bell Collective, which I'm really enjoying, and I'm looking forward to it coming back on. We don't have a date yet. Does anybody know out there if you have a date for Bell Collective coming back on their own network? I said this, and I've said this long before Bell Collective. I've said this my whole life. It's the reason why I don't do this. On and off again relationships are toxic. They're toxic 101. They're just very basic. I don't understand. To me, that's very elementary. Anytime you see a man and a woman, why are you dating each other? You're saying you're in a committed relationship and then you break up. And then 2 weeks later, you're back together again. A month later, you're back together again. because what happens is when people tend to break up, we know that whoever is either more sexually promiscuous, more sexually active, they're going to get together with some other person, maybe four, five, or six people, and then they're going to come back to you and bring all that back into the relationship. Now, maybe if it's a man, maybe he got this another woman pregnant. Like, so how are you going to deal with that? You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So for
Yeah.
me, the whole thing with what's the couple's name again that we're talking about?
We talk
The
about
one
Latrice and Glenn. Latrice and
Latrice
Glenn.
and Latrice and Glenn. Yeah. So, for example, so I'm just saying this as
Yeah.
overall. I've never known anybody that's in a happy, healthy marriage or relationship, committed relationship, that they've had a pattern where they've broken up and getting back together off and on again. Now, I'm not talking about, because I had a friend, I talked about this on social media a while back, and I have a very good friend of mine who I met in a women's group, and she's very happily married to her husband. Well, the story was that they broke up. I think they weren't even. I'm not sure if I think it was college. They were high school sweethearts, went into college, and I think toward the end they broke up some kind of way. And some years passed. He married another woman, had a very respectable, wonderful marriage, had children. She married another guy, had children. His ended in him being widowed. Hers ended in a divorce. Long story short, they sought out each other because they had always had this, very deep affection for one another. They sought one another out, and they're now happily married and have been happily married for well over 10, 15 years, right? Okay.
Hmm.
Well, that's a very different situation. Anytime somebody breaks up long term, they're going through college. Maybe they go, like my daughter had a situation. I've had known people that had situations where they break up because college is across country. They're in the military. They're out of the country. You break up. You mutually agree to break up, or something happens. Maybe it's not a mutual agreement. Something happens. Maybe the person cheated. Some time elapses. You've grown. You've gone on with your life. They've gone on with their life, and you come back together in an organic manner. And you find out that the things that broke you up in the first place have been resolved. That person has grown. They've matured. They're ready to be in a committed relationship. That's different. But I'm talking about
Yeah.
people literally like every 2 weeks, every month. There's a whole pattern, like I said, a lot of times it's often women have to think about it and look at it. Are these people breaking up with you so that they can go out and have sex and say, well, but I didn't cheat on you. At least I didn't cheat on you because we were broke up. Remember, we were broke up when I slept with these 5, 6, 7 other 10, 12 other women, right?
Because
No.
people love to say, "Oh, we were on a break." They just love to say that we were on a break, so I got somebody pregnant. Really?
Well, my thing is when we go on break, I've been this way for as long as I can remember. When we go on break, take a good look, take a picture if you want to, take a video, because guess what? You won't be seeing me. I don't do the off again, on again. And I think a lot of women would be wise to take the same stance. Why are you doing this on again, off again? That's crazy. Ooh.
Yeah, and like you said, it just has to be a lengthy hiatus so people can grow separate, you know, before they ever come back together again, if that happens. But there has to be a lengthy hiatus, for that to happen.
Right. If in fact it's meant to be, if in fact it's meant
Right,
to come back together. I mean, like I said,
right.
I think that's something that those are rare cases. They do happen. I'm not saying people don't grow, or people, or like I said, sometimes you take a break, you break off mutually because someone's going way off to far off to school, to college, to be in the military, to do something honorable to improve their lives. Well, I don't know. I guess some people could say they could be incarcerated. I personally, I'm not the one to date a jailbird, but that's just me, ladies. But
Yeah.
but
Okay.
people take breaks for those reasons where they're growing. And you don't ever know, even if they plan to get back together again. But like I said, organically, if they come back together because they truly still are thinking about one another and they care about one another, and there's been growth, or the thing that needed to be done, whether it's finishing college, finishing time in the military, or getting enough status that you can afford to have a wife and afford to have a family, then fine, that's great. But what the two of them are doing,
Yeah.
Latrice and that guy, Glenn is just out there hoeing.
Glenn. Yeah.
Hoeing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what he's
I'm sorry.
doing.
Let me say that. Let me say that properly. Whoring. Whoring. Whoring.
Yeah,
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 that's
yeah. You
what
gotta
he's
get this. You
doing.
gotta get the silent W in there. Get that silent W in there.
The R was missing. The R was missing. He's out there whoring.
Oh,
So
it
I
was.
just
Oh,
don't.
okay.
Yeah, hoeing and whoring. There's an
Yeah.
R in whoring,
Yeah.
right? So, okay.
Yeah.
So, anything else for Bell Collective? Because that
Yeah,
was an
sure is.
interesting. That was an interesting show. What else
No,
do we
no, I
have?
want to, I
Oh,
want, I want to,
Zaddy,
yeah,
Zaddy, Zaddy.
yeah,
We're gonna
very,
talk about.
very, yeah, Zed. No, I didn't want to talk about Zaddy. I was trying to think of Latrice's name for a moment. I had forgot her name because Latrice and Letitia Pearson. Name sounds so much alike, So I was kind of getting confused there.
Okay.
But I kind of
Okay.
wanted to segue to put a ring on it.
Yeah. Go ahead. Move
Yeah.
on. Because
Can you
Hey,
guys
look.
hear me okay out there?
I got.
Or am I
I
delayed?
got.
Okay. Yeah, I want to.
I think there's a delay, Alex. So I'm gonna slow down a little bit for you. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to find out if I had a delay.
Yes.
So, but I'm gonna talk about right. I'm gonna segue to put a ring on it, and I want to talk about Otis and Charlana. If you all remember Otis and Charlana, they were on the show. Um, as Jeremy calls her, Dr. Ponytail was heading up the show, the psychology of the show, and so forth. But Otis and Charlana turned out to be, two of the more interesting couples, two of the more interesting people on the show. It was very tumultuous between them two. Charlana seemed to be an instigator, and Otis seemed to be a narcissist. And so they went at it the entire season. And then come to find out at the end of the season, when they were on the verge of breaking up, Charlana ends up, pregnant, you know, and they had the child, beautiful baby boy from the pictures that I've seen. And I find that my only thing
Oh
about
yeah.
that is that practice has been used. That practice has been used for a long, long time, and it's never worked. And what I mean by that is people bring children into relationships to hope it heals the wounds. A child will come in and make us love each other better. It'll make us a family. It'll make us appreciate each other more and so forth. The child will be the glue and that typically does not work. I'm not saying it's
Well, what?
impossible because I'm sure it has, but typically you can't put that on a child. It just doesn't
What?
work.
What? Well, Alex, are you saying that Charlana tricked Otis into having a baby?
No, I'm not saying she tricked anything. He was a participant, and so was she. What I'm saying is a baby does not heal the ills of a relationship. That goes for both of them. So I'm not sure what they think that having a baby is going to do, is going to make them happier, make them closer, make them love each other more. I don't know. But I'm saying this has been done over and over again for decades and generations. This is an old practice. And
Mm-hmm.
when a person wants to get up and leave, particularly a man, a baby don't hold the man there. When he ready to get up and go, he gonna go. That to be, the direction. So I wish them well, but typically those things don't turn out well.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, we could all see that in the put a ring on it scenario. We could see that Otis was very controlling, and I think he definitely used that he used uh, the pregnancy, wanting to impregnate her to try to control her. Because Charlana, she's very beautiful. She's very bubbly. A lot of men, the guys that were dating her on the show, were very interested in her, but she was only interested in Otis. But I think if she were given enough
Yeah.
time away from Otis,
And
I think that she would.
Charlana's a
Mhm.
button pusher.
Yes. Why do you think that is? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think that is,
Yeah.
Alex?
Yeah. Well, she would instigate a lot of different things throughout the season. With him knowing how he is, she would instigate things. I guess to get a reaction out of him or whatever. Because at first, in the beginning of the season, we were just on her side, like, oh, Otis is doing her wrong. Then we started to get a sense of how Charlana operates as far as picking and pushing buttons and things of that nature. And I think to some degree she might have got off on that, a little bit. And you started. I don't think that's healthy. either. So, but yeah, that's relationship dynamic. Again, wish them well, but it could just because of the baby.
Okay, okay. We're seeming to have some technical difficulties. Did you want to talk about real quickly because we're going to try to wrap this up? I'm hearing I don't know what's going on if it's on your end, my end, the storm's coming in or what, but we're having some technical difficulties, guys. Thanks for bearing with us. And I'm not seeing the comments in the section anymore. But guys, while you're here, please go ahead and like the video, share us out if you have the ability to share us out. If you're a content creator, you're on YouTube, or you want to share it out on your other social media platforms, be it IG, Twitter, Facebook, or what have you not. Okay. Twitch, whatever. But what were you going to say about Ready to Love? Any takeaways from that?
Ready to Love was very interesting this season. With Zoe and his interaction with Cherie and whether or not he was attacking her, whether or not, he was doing the manly thing and so forth. And, Cherie's battles with the other young lady. I can't recall her name at the moment. The one she was constantly going at it with and saying it was a fake friend and so forth. But there was a
Oh,
lot
so
going
was.
on during that season. But what I
Mhm.
what was that, Aubrey?
No, go ahead. Go
What was
ahead.
her name?
You
No,
talking
I
about
was saying that
Sharice? Sharice?
yeah, Cherie, who's the young lady that kept going at her, and her boyfriend was the
Oh,
fireman.
Cadian. Cadian.
That was it, Cadian. Yeah, Cadian. So their interactions was very interesting with that. But what I found most interesting, of course, is Randall and Kayla and the other young lady vying for his affection, and also with Magic Mike and Brandy.
Yeah.
And we spoke to Kayla. We, we spoke to Kayla, very lovely young lady. We interviewed her on the show, and remember, she was called the hot chick in the office, and Brandy was seen
Right.
as the wife. You
Right.
know,
Hot
and
hot
I
young
wonder
chick.
what.
Hot young chick.
Yeah, hot young chick at the office, and Brandy was the wifey material. And I wonder how they came to that conclusion. I mean, she is a beautiful chocolate girl, but I don't know how they came to that conclusion and saw Brandy more as a wife than Kayla. So that was interesting to me.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Um, for me, I said, one of the things that really stood out to me was that um, not enough. I'm gonna go back to something that talk with Shlana and I are just talking about in the chat. And guys, if you're in the chat, drop a thumbs up. If you agree with the total format of the show, Ready to Love, and no, yeah, and drop a. I don't want to say it that way. No, no, no. Stop. Let me change that. Okay, drop a one in the chat, guys. If you agree and think that Ready to Love's format is just perfect as is, drop a one. Drop a two if you think that there's some overhaul that's needed for Ready to Love. And so to get back to what you're saying, Alex, I think one of the things that my takeaway for Ready to Love is that they need to kind of overhaul the show. It seems that it's become more about clout, more about people that want to be actors and actresses and singers and dancers than it does about finding love. And I'm seeing quite a few twos there. Kirby says two needs an overhaul. Kimberly, I think her two. Do you see that, Alex? I think her two got stuck. Roro says, yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I think that it kind of shows us that the show needs an overhaul. So it's a takeaway for that. In that sense, not a takeaway necessarily for our dating advice, but or realization. But I definitely felt that. But I will say this though. So for a takeaway for dating and for people and couples, did you see, Alex? Did you feel like that there were some women that come on the show on Ready to Love that they were so strongly boss chicks that they actually became their behavior almost appeared to be masculine?
Yeah, they became their own worst enemy. I mean, one thing about men is we need to feel needed, and we don't want you challenging our manhood. You know, and I think that happens a lot with today's woman, with all the independent and I'm strong and I got my own business and I make my own money. If you're trying to find a guy, what are you scaring him off? You know, I'm not saying, pretend to be weak or whatever, but just relax in your femininity. That's what I think is
Mm-hmm.
lacking, Aubrey. The women are not acting their femininity. Everybody is so assertive and aggressive and want to be strong and all of this stuff. And femininity is getting forgotten.
Yes, yes, it absolutely is. It absolutely is being forgotten. And I can see where, all the talk, and I see this, and I want to say this too, guys. Alex doesn't follow this show yet. He will be probably, let's say, next season. We'll get him in there next season. If whatever I have to do, whatever arm I have to twist, or whatever I have to do, we'll get Alex in there on the maths, Married at First Sight. That is, we'll get him on there for next season. Okay, but season 16, he hasn't been on there yet. Hey there, Felicia. I missed you greatly. It's good to see you, and I hope everything all is well. Happy New Year. And Jay Wiley is even saying, yeah, there needs to be an overhaul. Jay Wiley, I didn't even know you watched this show. Okay. All right. If you say so. But yeah, it definitely does. But yeah, I think that what happens is, and I was going to say, so I see this repeated also in Married at First Sight. Those of you who watched last season, we know that Stasha was a boss chick. We had a few ladies in there that were boss chicks. I mean, Alexis was a boss chick, for example. And all that boss chicken, I said boss chicken, and it sounds like chicken, right?
Boss chicken.
All,
Yeah.
yeah, all that has done is it has brought them to need to be on a whole show to marry a whole stranger just to get someone to either father a baby, as in Stasha's case, or in Alexis' case, just so she could slow down. I mean, I don't really understand it. I mean, I think if you want to be a boss chick, that's great, but I've got I know people like this. So if in your real life you are not able to compromise and have a balance, then just expect that you'll get to a certain point in your life and you'll look up and you'll see your girlfriends all married and happy and having children, and you'll be sitting there on the side of the road twiddling your thumb with all your money, bag of money, big beautiful houses, nice fancy cars. And so what? So what? So what? you
Yeah.
you have
And
all this stuff.
and
Don't get sick and pass out because there's nobody to call 911 for you. I mean, really, that's how I've seen it happen. I mean, and this is a very
yeah.
real scenario that I've seen recently in real life. Okay, but go ahead.
Yeah. And get to that situation you just described and be busy blaming men. At some point, you got to look at yourself. You really do.
You, we all have to take accountability. But now I will say, and as we wrap this up, we really get ready to wrap this up so that I can go watch my math, so I can report on maths, and we'll be ready. We'll be back, guys, this Sunday. We know that Ready to Love Miami is returning, and Alex and I will be back here for your viewing pleasure on Sunday about 6:30. I believe, Alex, right?
Yeah.
Okay. He's so excited. Can you tell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Can you
but
tell?
I just think I want to add this part though too. So to the men, because it ain't all just on the ladies. It's not just all on the women. Men have to in our modern day society, what we've seen is men abandon their leadership position, their leadership roles. And leadership men is not controlling. It does not mean bossing, it does not mean controlling. It's more involved to leadership. So go look it up, go study your favorite leader, go study how there's a balance of power. And if you're a believer, we always know in the word, you can read the word to learn the true meaning of what it means to submit for both parties and for the man to be the leader, and how Christ has set that up for our families. So I really suggest that and recommend that highly. It's very important. Leadership is important. Part of the reason why I feel like in my community, in the Black community, that is, that women have gotten to be so much more masculine behavior being shown, is because our Black men are not really always knowing how to lead and being supportive with us.
Mhm. Yeah, and the other thing too, if the easiest way to kind of turn a man away is to say, "I don't need no man." It's a man's nature to feel needed, and if you telling him, "I don't need no man," he's like, "Well, what am I here for?" So women have to stop saying that. That's one of the main things I always hear women saying, and they have to stop saying that.
You know what? Yeah, that um I think is really a bad. I didn't grow up around women like that, but I know a lot of women and ladies do, and even mothers that say in front of their daughters or even teach their daughters that you don't need men. You don't need a man. Just get your education, do XYZ. But when we think about that, if you played that out all the way through, what does that say for the extension of our family? So this young lady gets her education, her degrees. She's got a great job. She's making six figures. Who's going to be the father of her children? Who's going to be there to give the balance of
Mm,
masculine and feminine energy in the home? So I don't agree with that. My mother never said that to me. I never grew up around women that were like that, but that's a very true thing though. That's a very true thing that we see
yeah.
that in our community. We've all heard. Have you not, Alex, have you not heard women say that, maybe even in your household, or a women that you knew that said that they did? Because the younger women, let's say, like, so our contemporaries, we didn't just pull it out the sky. It came from some older person that said that, right?
Yes, I hear it all the time. It's almost here.
Alex.
So it's really commonplace to hear that. Yeah,
Right,
are you
right,
there? It's
right.
really commonplace to hear that. It's almost the norm to hear that. Yeah. So, but I want to
Yeah.
say this, Aubrey. Can you guys hear me out there? Because I know we have a delay.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's just it's delayed,
As
but
we
we can hear you.
close, I want to just say for okay, I want to just say for Love and Marriage DC, the Samuels are gone, and it's going to be interesting to see their replacements. Clifton and Joy from Love and Marriage. I mean, excuse me, Ready to Love. Was that DC or Potomac they were on?
I'm sorry. Say that again, Alex.
Uh, Clifton and Joy were they on Love? Ready to
Oh,
Love
they were
Potomac or was that DC?
they're going to be on DC. They're going to be on DC. Oh, they were on
Yeah, but
oh,
what? They,
they were on DC. Okay, they were on DC. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do too many things at one time, but they were on the Ready to Love DC, the
okay,
first one.
right. Okay. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see the show this season without the Samuels and see how the new chemistry works with the new couple. So I'm looking forward to that.
Right, right, right. I was just speaking to Jay Wiley had a
Yeah.
good point. He was saying, thank you for the congratulations, Jay Wiley, but he was also saying that he says, I'm going to read this real quick. I think when women find the right men who aren't playing games, then you'll see a shift from saying, I don't need a man. Problem with that, Jay Wiley, is from what my experience and what I've seen on the woman's side is it becomes ingrained as a habit, what you say, and also how you treat and dismiss men. So I think that, like, we think about habits, like we raise our children to have good habits, say please, say thank you, show gratitude. I think for women, when they get that concept hardwired into their brain and their psyche and their spirit even, I think that's a hard, very difficult thing to change. And so, not really very edifying. And to Alex's point, and I'm sure you as a man would say that you wouldn't want a woman telling you, "I don't need a man. I don't need you. I make 200,000 and $250,000 a year. So what do I need with you for? But by the way, can you come over here and impregnate me so I can have this baby before I turn 40?" Like, I don't know. I got a whole nother truth. And Alex, we need to probably come back and talk about this. But I feel like I was thinking last year, and I discovered it toward the very end. I felt like there are black men, a number of black men, and I'm saying this because this is my community, so I feel like I can talk about us. I don't know about all necessarily of how Caucasian men, Hispanic men treat their women, but I felt like last season as we watched these shows and reviewed them and recapped them, I felt like there were a number of black men who honestly don't like women. They don't like black women. They don't like women. Okay. But what I also discovered is that I felt like there are a number of black women who don't like men. Now, understand what I'm saying. Okay. I'm talking about it not from these people are they're heterosexual people and they may have intimate sexual relations with people of the opposite sex, but they actually don't like one another. They don't respect one another. And Alex, does that make any sense to you what I'm saying?
It makes all the sense in the world. What you're really saying is men and women, particularly in the black community, tend to be in competition with one another instead of seeking
Mm.
companionship. There's a competition
Ooh.
going on. You know,
Ooh. Ooh. That's deep.
who's the leader? Who's the leader? Who makes the most money? Who's stronger? Who brings the most competition going on? And men's, rightful place, if you're going to be biblical about it or whatever, we're to be in a leadership position, but we have to earn that as well. And we have to lead well. We can't just expect a woman to follow us because we have a penis. That's not how that works. Okay. You have to display
Ah,
leadership ability,
teach.
lead well, you know. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry about that, but I just, because that's not what's going to lead. That's not what's going to lead them. So, yeah, you got to display leadership abilities, but the competition is
Hmm.
not necessary, and that's what we've come to.
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I think ever since the sexual revolution back in the 70s, I think that yeah, we've gotten very big. The sexes, the genders, male, female, have played into and have some, not all, not never is it everyone or all people, all black women or all black men, but a lot of people have gotten caught up into competition in a relationship. And my thing has never been like if we're competing in a relationship, where's the respite? Where is the harbor? Where's the safe harbor? If I come home and I'm competing with my husband for who made the most money or who did this or who did the best at their job this month, where is my respite at? I'd rather be single. I'd rather remain single than have to come home and compete with my
Mm,
husband or feel like he has to compete with me. Because first of all, we ain't got the same equipment. And while women may be fighting for equity, and maybe even in some cases they want to call it equality, but I would like to say equity. We all know when you stop and think about it, a man can't do what I can do as a woman, and myself as a woman, and I've worked jobs in the trade, electrical, where I'm carrying stuff, I'm out in the elements. I can't do quite the same thing as my male counterpart to the same degree, and that's a fact. That's the way God built us, and if you don't like it, take it up with him, because that's a fact. But yeah, but the competition thing, that's not ever going to work. You're not going to ever have a healthy relationship if you
yeah,
put competition in it. I just don't see that. So, anything else you want to tell them about
yeah.
what's going on? Oh, hmm
Kia has a very interesting remark. We go down to Kia's thing. Look what it says. Read that, Aubrey.
tell me if this is the one. I put it on the screen.
Yes, that's the one.
Go ahead and read it. Go ahead and read it
Oh,
for me, please.
uh, uh, yeah. Kia Simone says, "I feel you need to check his relationship with his mother. My ex did not like his mother. He hates women. I had to learn the hard way. Wow,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mm,
Exactly. Exactly. I've had an
that's
ex like
heavy.
that too. I've had an ex like that too. He admired his father who always put his foot on his mother's neck. And on the outside looking in, you just say, oh, this is a traditional Christian family because, they were very affluent, lived in a very beautiful home. Father was a great provider, protector. But it, like you said, I found that out the hard way myself too, because what it looked like when I really looked at it and felt it in my spirit, I recognized that exactly what you said was true. He didn't like his mother. He didn't like women. He just admired the way his father kept his foot on his mother's
Mm.
neck.
Right. So isn't that something?
That is.
Something.
But hey, we're tell them, I want them just to say this. Would you please tell them what's going on over on your channel, and then I'm gonna wrap this up with our theme song, and we're gonna get our way out of here because I've got to get ready for Married at First Sight. Okay, guys. But thank you all for being here. I love you so much. I'm
Okay.
seeing so many old school faces. But go ahead, tell them about your channel.
Yes, yes. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm seeing a lot of people coming in now. Better late than never. But everyone here, I've seen a lot of new King. There find some very interesting videos. Most of my videos are pre-recorded. I tackle a number of different subjects, things of that nature. It's provocative content for critical thinkers. That's what it is over there. So I'm not politically correct. Come over there, join, leave comments, leave them thumbs up on the videos, and let's have some fun.
Awesome, awesome. And I love this. Monique is here. She got your channel link up there. Hey Monique, what's going on? Moderator extraordinaire and 18 member. We missed you. Alex wanted to try to say you were still recuperating from New Year's Eve. I said for him to hush up, okay? Hush up. But guys, we'll be back on Sunday at 6:30, and I'm getting our panel together for math. So I think math should probably be about 3:30 or 4. But we'll be back this Sunday with our live panels as we push forward into the new season of Ready to Love, season Miami, and Married at First Sight, Nashville, right, guys? Monique said she was
Nashville.
knocked out. Hey, Chloe. Hey there. I love it. I love Jeremy. We're having some technical issues. Okay, so we're gonna do this another time. We're gonna see you on Sunday at 6:30. I'll drop the link for that to you later. Okay, if you're gonna be back, I'll drop the link for that. But we're about to get out of here. We're having some technical difficulties with the time delays and whatnot and whatnot. Where did that go? Monique, where did you go? Here it is. Guys, we want to thank you. Please, if you haven't already on your way in, like the video, go ahead and like it now. We want to get you into the habit of liking these videos. You know, YouTube's algorithm is changing, and when you're not liking the videos, it's really almost like spitting in our face of the channel. And I know you guys don't want to do that. So go ahead, like the video. We love you guys, and we'll see you. We're out. You want to say bye, Alex?
Yes, yes. Thank you, everybody. Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.